I'm grateful for this country because this country is amazing. This country is incredible. And you know what? This country wouldn't be there without a bunch of European settlers coming to these shores and then creating settlements and then spreading civilization, yes, civilization across the continent. Does that mean everything?
Let's talk about Ben Shapiro versus TikTok because nothing says Thanksgiving like a culture war. Ben is upset about what he calls woke TikTok ruining Thanksgiving. Before we dive in, if you like this video, hit subscribe to support our channel. Now, back to the story. Thanksgiving TikToks aren't just recipes or funny family moments. Nope, some people rant about it being a celebration of genocide. You know the ones. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, you support colonialism.
It's never too late to stop celebrating Thanksgiving. It is a holiday that honestly celebrates genocide.
Can you pause it? It's always people who look like this. It's always people who look like this. Why? Why could they possibly have lost the election? Obviously, very normal people like this lecturing us all on American history.
Whether you agree with him or not, Ben doesn't hold back. He says Thanksgiving is essential. Without it, there'd be no America. That's his hill to die on. Let's look at the TikToks that set him off.
Can we just get done with this election and go right to Thanksgiving? What are we giving thanks for? I don't celebrate that.
America.
We're giving thanks for the slaughtering of millions of innocent people.
Nope, for America.
And then they turn around and ate dinner like nothing happened and ate some of the people.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Some TikToks say, "Don't invite me to your Thanksgiving dinner. Keep your potato salad with raisins out of my face."
I don't want your corned bean casserole. You can keep that. Your potato salad with raisins in it. Don't invite me. Don't include me.
Don't worry.
Don't ask me.
Cool, won't
There's
do it.
no reason for anybody in America to be celebrating Thanksgiving knowing the history behind.
Wait. Who's putting raisins in potato salad? Can we all agree that's the real crime here? Ben's response?
American citizen, you should celebrate Thanksgiving since without Thanksgiving, there would be no America and you can leave. Seriously, I'm so tired of this horse. I can't even tell you. I'm so annoyed with these people. To me, this is like baseline Americanism. Are you grateful for this country or are you not grateful for this country?
Fair point. Gratitude matters. Sure, America has flaws, but so does every other country. Things heat up when Ben dives into history.
The story of Thanksgiving is actually quite amazing, right? Squanto, who's the Native American who helped the Pilgrims not starve. Squanto had actually been kidnapped before and taken to Europe where he became a Christian and then learned English so he could actually speak with the Pilgrims. You ever wonder how he could speak with that's how. And by the time he got back to the New World, his entire village had died of plague. So he ended up being the go-between between the Native Americans and the Pilgrims. That's what Thanksgiving is about. It was, in fact, a festival of coexistence. Whenever you celebrate a holiday, it's messy.
Ben admits history is messy, but he says Thanksgiving is about gratitude and coexistence, not the evil colonizer party some claim it to be.
Portray this false narrative that Native Americans and Pilgrims, also known as colonizers, came together to celebrate coexistence with one another, when in reality, the Native people of this land were not only colonized, but they were killed.
That's shocking.
Then, Ben gets frustrated. He calls out people who bash Thanksgiving while enjoying the comforts of modern American life. He points out the irony of using TikTok, a product of Western capitalism, to talk about decolonization. It's like complaining about climate change while flying first class to a protest.
A more lighthearted annoyance with the outcome of this election is that I was so ready to be festive for Christmas. I was so ready to be thankful at Thanksgiving, but the vibe is ruined. There's no holiday cheer, you know? There's no magic. The magic is gone.
Of course, Ben takes a shot at election drama.
Republicans, we're always patriotic. It's only Democrats who, when their opposition wins, they're like, oh man, not even sure if I can celebrate Christmas this year. We celebrated Thanksgiving. We celebrated all of our various religious holidays. We did that, through 8 long years of Barack Obama, who was an awful president. And then through another 4 years of Joe Biden, who was an awful president. So get over yourself.
He compares Republicans celebrating holidays under presidents they don't like to Democrats, who he claims lose their holiday spirit when their candidate loses.
I'm really grateful for the land that was so easily taken. But not just the land. The turkeys, too. That God would give us such a meek, mild, and easily hunted and caged creature like the turkey, so that we can murder them and feast upon their flesh.
He makes a good point about resilience, but let's be real, both sides throw tantrums after elections. Then comes a TikTok claiming Thanksgiving is just an excuse to ignore war crimes and eat turkey.
And yeah, I like to eat it. It's delicious. If God didn't want us to eat animals, why did he make them out of meat?
Ben's response? If God didn't want us to eat animals, why'd he make them out of meat?
So not a lot of people know that I live in a very country, yeehaw, redneck little town, and my boss is like a retired Southern belle. So she was asking me what I was doing to celebrate Thanksgiving, and I told her that I didn't really celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't agree with the history, and it's not a part of my culture, religion, blah, blah, blah. And you know what she tells me in response? I thought you assimilated.
Ben also says indigenous tribes were at war with each other before Europeans arrived. Colonization is a big part of history, but it's not the only thing Thanksgiving or the U.S. represents.
That Islam started as a tiny religion in the area around Saudi Arabia. You know where it didn't start? In Africa. It then proceeded to take over nearly the entire Middle East, fairly large swaths of Europe, pretty much all of Africa. You want to talk about colonization? It's a shitload of colonization happening right there.
Some TikToks are so wild, they're hard to believe. One user complains about colonization while ignoring the spread of Islam. Ben jumps on the irony.
Also worth noting, NBC exit polling, 64% of Native Americans in Key State voted for, wait for it, Donald J. Trump.
Native Americans! Why I'm here, Native Americans!
Ben's rant isn't just about Thanksgiving, it's about the bigger cultural divide. Some see America as broken and its history unforgivable. Others, like Ben, admit flaws but focus on progress and potential. It's two opposing views clashing over turkey.
I don't understand these people. They come here, or they live here, and they convert to a way of thought that says that the place they live is awful and evil and terrible and bad. They live off the fruits of the greatest country in world history, refuse to thank God or Allah or whatever version of God you worship for it. I would say this about any country, by the way. If you're not grateful for where you live and for the nature of the country in which you live, then perhaps you should think about moving.
So, what's the takeaway? Is Ben overreacting, or does he have a point? Maybe both. His arguments might feel dismissive to some, but his main message hits home for many. Gratitude matters, history is complicated, and if we can't agree to appreciate one day, what does that say about us?
Just hung out with my friends all day and I'm drunk as but why can't people just be cool? Like if someone goes, oh, I go by they, them pronouns. Why can't you just be Gucci? Why does it always have to be some hi, I go by he, him, she, her, they, them, whatever the I ain't gonna call you that. Why? Why can't you just chill? What does it take? What the does it take out of you?